everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time for Stella. Everybody, real quick in the chat, you know what we do every Friday night before we get started. Tell me, what are you drinking? Tonight, I have a good old water bottle. I have not had time to go to the liquor store and get any Stella Rosa. I will probably have some for Kitchen Table Talk Sunday night, but I'm a little bit sober. I still have my niece and nephew with me, so I haven't been drinking or going to the liquor store, so I'm good. This is going to be a quick review because I feel like both episodes were pretty much straightforward. I want to hit on a few good points. I want to know you all's point of view. And then we're going to wrap up Stella for the week. Again, follow your girl on Twitter. I do most of my cutting up on Twitter, and if you want to know in real time what I feel about an episode, it's best to follow me on Twitter, Kiss My Cheek TV. And also, I've really been getting into Twitter Spaces, where if you don't want to wait till Friday night to have the conversation, you can probably find me on eviction night or the night of the episode. It's usually late. It's usually a late night Twitter space. But you can find me out on Twitter Spaces. I have a good time. Hey, Davion. Welcome back. I know we just had a good time on Love Island. So let's get into Big Brother first. It's a dry house tonight. Yes. For you too. Or you're saying for you too. Yes. It's kind of dry. I'm being responsible since I have the little ones with me, and I didn't want to leave them in the car while I ran into the liquor store because you can't take the little ones into the liquor store. It's been so long, y'all. It's been so long. But anyway, let's get into Big Brother first. Taylor is the new HOH. Let me see. I didn't have the picture. I thought I had the picture of Queen Taylor. No, I just have this picture. We got to see Daniel exit the door. I believe this has to be photoshopped. I believe everyone is. Were they really smiling and had a tongue hanging out like that? I know they had the door open and they wanted to smile to the audience, but deuces, Daniel, deuces. This week of Big Brother, let me tell y'all something out here in Memphis, CBS. I don't know what kind of baseball is going on with a team in the Memphis area or the Tennessee area. I don't know. But don't you dare turn Big Brother off and put baseball on. For the OTEP, now I know I can go watch it on Paramount Plus, but don't you dare on the OTEP episode, whatever baseball game was going on, they only recorded the last 20 minutes of the veto episode. And I pretty already knew who won the veto, so I didn't care. And then last night, I'm just waiting to see Daniel walk out the house. I'm waiting to see these good old goodbye messages. And here you go playing baseball again. They didn't record Big Brother on my DVR until 1 a.m. this morning. And I didn't get to watch the episode until my lunch break. So if you follow me on Twitter and you saw me tweeting about Big Brother around noon, that's why. Because I didn't get to see the episode until then. But anyway, I didn't pay the episode too much attention. Hey, Dr. Ivy, welcome back. Oh, you have the dry house, not Davion. I'm sorry. I will drink something later on. Yes, we're giving the deuces. Yes, let's go ahead and get into it. So, where do I want to start? Because most of the episode was kind of boring. Like, I saw, what's the child name? Alyssa try to twerk because she has some apple cider. And I'm like, girl, if apple cider make you do that, I hate to see what some vodka or tequila make you do. Like, and it was just one. Isn't that just the hard seltzer? Like, that stuff is Kool-Aid. That is a wine cooler. Good try though, Alyssa girl. Let's just get to the meat and potatoes of the episode. Daniel sat on the block and was talking shit. He was like, you all are some sheep. You all are some followers. Michael has won. He called everybody clowns. He did say y'all some clowns. He said Michael has won 5 competitions and he's going to win the game. Now, out of that whole speech, that was the only thing I said He got you there, Michael. You winning too much. You winning too much. And I believe a lot of people throwing it. Are they throwing this stuff to Michael? Are they setting Michael up? I love a good competitor, but you pretty much the next big target. And when we have this, whatever is going on next week, Thursday with this split house and two separate houses, I don't trust it. But we're gonna get to that. Let's get through this. Now y'all saw I was on Twitter and I was shady. I said, Daniel, you and all the other pre-jurors are the clowns. And if you're gonna talk your shit, at least speak facts. Because he still was talking about, oh, you can't share the money and all of this. And Kyle was kind of looking like, whoa. And everybody else looked like they wanted to laugh in his face. I would have laughed in his face. I promise y'all, I want to be in the house. I'm probably going to go home pre-jury. Because I'm going to play the game all wrong. I'm going to laugh in people's face. I'm going to talk my shit. I miss when Big Brother was entertaining. That's what I miss. But anyway, Daniel went on out the house. I have seen him on Twitter in a few interviews. I believe the lady's name is Kat from... Don't get me to try to guess what season Kat was on, but she was on Big Brother. I believe she was on the same season as Jess and Cody. But if I'm wrong, y'all will put it in the chat. And he was talking about Taylor called Jasmine fat. And then she was like, Jasmine brought that on herself. She the one asking Taylor what size she wear. And because Taylor said I'm a 0, Jasmine got in her feelings. And that's exactly what happened. And I believe it kind of happened because Taylor was like, well, if y'all evict me out, y'all can wear my clothes. And Jasmine was like, I'm fat. I can't wear her clothes. Like, bitch, she wasn't talking to you and you knew that. So you shouldn't even put yourself in that statement. I really don't know who could fit Taylor's clothes because Indy don't look like she could squeeze in them neither. Maybe Alyssa. Maybe. But anyway, let's move on. I ain't trying to be shady to nobody tonight. Daniel in his clown shoes. Let's get into the goodbye messages because Julie did not give Daniel anything. Like Julie was lighter on Daniel than she was on Nicole. Like she gave Daniel nothing. I'm like, you ain't gonna lighten to Daniel a little bit. I did see an exit interview where Daniel felt bad for, they always feel bad. He felt bad for yelling at Taylor in her face. And, Julie did expose the leftovers. Let's get to the goodbye messages. Michael called him an idiot sandwich and had 2 pieces of bread. I was here for it. Yes, the idiot sandwich. I was here for it. Taylor said, I'm happy your ass is out the house. Bitch, bye. And I'll see you on finale night. Your wish came true. Yes, Taylor. Read. Go off. Somebody else had a cute... I think Kyle said something cute in his message. But I don't care nothing about Kyle, so forget it. Everybody else was a little bit too nice. Terrence, you seem like a clown repping this man. You my boy. We gonna pound it up outside. Like you sound like a clown. Jasmine, again, a clown telling Julie she looked like apple pie. Like, girl, you worried about being fat. Can you quit talking about food? Like you always worried about how you are perceived, but then you go and feed into every stereotype of people who are fat. Like, girl, why Julie just can't be cute? Why she got to be cute as ribs, cute as air fried chicken? Like, why Julie, girl, you look nice tonight. You don't see anybody else comparing Julie to food. I really hate that ankle. Like, I really hate her. The wall competition was the new HOH. I can't wait to see that Sunday. I want to see, I was in a Twitter space. I can say it now because the space already happened. Please go and listen to it if you're into Twitter spaces. I don't know Betty's full Twitter name. Let me find it. But I probably retweeted it as well. Let me find Betty's Twitter name. I'm not going to be able to find it now. I'm looking. Oh. She changed it to Betty SSANCE. I don't know. I guess that's Betty Sands. Betty girl, why you change it? It used to be Betty whooped up on Will Smith's head or something. But We were in a Twitter space last night, and she had a special guest, Tiffany from the Cookout. And we were allowed to ask Tiffany questions and talk to her, and it was really great. I was a little bit shady and a little bit nervous because I really do love Tiffany, and we had a good time in that Twitter space. And I said all that to say is while we were in the Twitter space, they were posting who fell in what order. So I kind of know who fell in what order, but I still want to see it. And of course, we all know Taylor is the new HOH. But also in that Twitter space, Tiffany started, and then Big D jumped in, and I got to talk to Big D, and it was just a lot of fun talking to people that you watch on television. And a lot of people was like, Big D, I'm so proud of you. You've changed so much and all this. And I had to tell them, look, I have to be real. I don't have that I'm proud of you moment because I didn't find what Big D did offensive. Like, I understand the shit talkingness of the game. And I understand how some people could be offended, but I'm not easily offended. And I am a shit talker, and I'm not really what they say a reader or anything like that, but I'm into the. And that's what I would say. I love speaking with Big D. He was a good time. And then Ozza jumped in after Big D. And so everyone got to speak to Ozza. About time Ozza jumped in, I was really sleepy. Mind you, I have my niece and nephew, so I'm not used to having little kids, so I was a little bit tired. So around 11:30, I kind of jumped off, so I didn't get to ask Ozza any questions, but I love Ozza all the same. I love all of the Cookout. I really do. So that was a good time on that Twitter space. Check it out. But back to my point at hand. So Sunday night is going to be great watching it. Now, if you have not been in a Twitter space, my question of the week was how many tilts? Put it in the chats. I want to know your answer. How many tilts did it take for Jasmine and Terrence to fall off? Now, mind you, I didn't think Jasmine was going to even take her ass up there because isn't she scared of heights? Didn't she just pass out from being pulled up a tree? So I gave Jasmine 0 tilts. Everybody gave Terrence 0 tilts, but we saw from the episode last night that he at least made it 2 tilts, but they weren't full face to the ground tilts. They were a little bit of a lean. So that wasn't really a tilt. That was just a little lean. But in the chat, how many tilts into Jasmine and Terrence fall off? Now, I believe Jasmine might have made maybe 3 because I heard Jasmine fell off fast. After seeing Terrence made it at least 2 tilts, I'm going to give Terrence 5 tilts. After that 5th lean, Terrence is gone. And we already know the order is Jasmine, Brittany, Terrence. Brittany, I'm surprised you ain't hang on a little bit longer. But anyway, Taylor won. Let's also put it in the chat. Who should be her targets for the week? If it was me, and only because I know things that Taylor doesn't know because I'm watching from home, Jasmine and Terrence have to hit the block. And if one of them comes down, Alyssa goes up. Let me tell you my reasoning. You put your choices in the chat. The only reason maybe I understand, Taylor put up Terrence and Indy. I understand her choice. Jasmine can't win anything as long as she's the ankle. As long as she's hopping around on that cane, it's really nothing for Jasmine to win until they get into the, not necessarily memory comps, but what do they call it? Intellectual competitions, where you just stand there and hit a button. True, false, spin A, B, C, or D, spin the lever. Until we get to that, Jasmine is not a threat to anyone. So I understand, but Jasmine hates Taylor the most, and I don't think Taylor knows that Jasmine hates her the most. Terrence has disrespected her the most. Like, no one has called Taylor more bitches and whores than Terrence. And I don't know how he's going to come outside of this house and explain himself, especially as a Black man. But I guess we might get to see come Thursday. I'm not mad if Terrence leaves. He can go. immediately. Indy lasted on that wall a good amount of time, but is she really a threat? I kind of feel like Alyssa should go before Indy because Alyssa could have the ability to snatch Kyle out of the leftovers. Whereas if Alyssa goes home this week, Kyle is going to be leftovers strong. Whereas if Alyssa stays and like we get rid of Indy, then Kyle might pull Alyssa, a Jasmine, a Terrence, and try to do a little something shady. Whereas if Alyssa goes, Kyle will be at least deeper with Turner, Monty, and Joseph. At least. So Alyssa could be a good person to get out this week. I hope she's a backdoor option. I know she did her nominations already. I want someone to also think about if we drag Jasmine to the end because of her ankle, are we just going to give her $70,000 because she twisted her ankle? Or are we going to send her to jury and at least fight for first or second place without Jasmine being dragged there? And I don't give a damn about her birthday. I don't give a damn about Jasmine's birthday. RIP to her dad. I don't give a damn about Jasmine having to be in the house on her dad's birthday because it's their dream for her to be there. Don't go too far, Angie. Don't go too far. I think my niece sitting over there, so I ain't gonna go too far. But I don't give a damn about Jasmine or what she has going on in her personal life. She, to me, does not deserve to be there. She's a bitter, hateful bitch. Let's go back to the comments before we move on to the Challenge USA. Okay, let's talk about this new twist. Julie did hint at a new twist coming up Thursday night. So after Taylor's eviction, reign as HOH is over, the eviction, whatever, I'm assuming some kind of way they're splitting the house up into two. I'm really curious of how they're going to do this. Is it going to be based on a competition? Like how you fall out of the competition is how you're placed into separate houses? Because if production is in charge of putting people into these two separate groups, I don't trust it. This is definitely gives me, and I'm just going to tell y'all my little conspiracy right now. It definitely gives me, okay, Twitter world. We brought Taylor all the way to jury. We stepped in for her, and she was supposed to be gone week 1. Now she can go. That's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me. Now Taylor could go. I bet you if production is in charge of these groups, I can see Taylor in a group with Jasmine, Alyssa, Kyle, and maybe a Michael. Not Michael, because if she over there, Michael will go home. Maybe a Brittany. And then out of those people, Taylor can't win. She can't win when this huge twist is going down. So Taylor's going to block and she'll probably go home because all the haters will be in one group. And then they'll probably put Monty, Joseph, Turner, everybody else in another house. And I don't know what's going to go on over there. It might be the opportunity to get Michael out because he won five competitions and he might win 6 this week. We don't know what Michael gonna sit in the house and do, but I don't trust this twist, but we're gonna see how it goes down. But production, I'm already looking at you. Speaking of Alyssa's dancing, did you see Terrence enjoying that? No, I did not. And what was there to enjoy? She ain't got no ass and she wasn't shaking nothing. I don't know. I don't know what there was to enjoy. He called Taylor's all kinds of names just for walking around in a bikini and cut off shorts, but he loved Alyssa's twerking all on the floor. I have no words for Terrence. I'm gonna let his wife have all the words for him when he gets home. Hey Andrew. Kyle said he was playing him the whole time and called him a sheep. Kyle's lying. Kyle's lying because if his whole KKK or is it KK Kyle theory of getting Monty, Joseph, and Terrence to stay on the block and he could get Monty out of the house because he's scared of a cookout 2.0, he would have gladly kept Daniel and worked with Daniel to get the Montys, the Josephs, and the Taylors out. So Kyle is lying. He's only playing into I was playing Daniel because his plan didn't work. Terrence thought he was running things. Terrence is barely running his mouth. Terrence is barely on the fucking show. She is a good week for her to win HOH2. This is a good week, but now that I know about this twist, she could have probably thrown that to a Joseph. Like I said, I don't know the complete order, but I heard when it came down to the final three, it was all leftovers. Now, if one of the leftovers was Kyle, don't trust him. But if it was like Joseph, I know Monty fell early. It probably in that three, it probably was Kyle. It was probably Kyle, Joseph, and Taylor. And Joseph must have dropped because if it was Taylor and Joseph, I would have thrown that to Joseph. But I know they don't know about this twist. But she probably could have saved her HOH for this twist week coming up because I don't trust it. Right. Why is she playing into both stereotypes, being overly country and overly fat? And Jasmine really isn't fat. Like, she really isn't. Like, if I could stick to a diet for a good 30 days, I wouldn't mind being Jasmine size. Like, she's not fat at all. Really, she's just kind of thick. She's just irritating. Like I said, to me, Jasmine isn't really fat, and she's not a physically ugly person. Her attitude is just ugly and nasty and insecure. And if she could clean up her attitude, she probably could be a beautiful person. But until she cleans up her attitude, she's an ugly bitch to me. Also, in the Twitter space I got on my phone, why were they so upset? Wait, let me read it right, Zuda. I don't act like I've been drinking. Also, in that Twitter space, I got it in on my phone. Why was it? I'm not dumb, y'all. Why was they so up everyone's ass? Every single person was like, oh my God, queen, let the queen speak. The queen goes first. Oh my God. Zuda, I don't want to say something politically incorrect or even incorrect to Black people. I'm not a king or queen person. So that kind of irritates me too. I understand why Black people call people kings and queens. So when people do it, I let them do it, but it's not my vibe. Like, I don't go around calling everybody a queen. Like, the only queen you may hear me call is Queen Beyonce and Queen Nicki Minaj. And that's for shits and giggles. For shits and giggles. But that's the only time you might hear me say that. So I get where you're coming from, Zuda. One of the ladies on the panel, her Twitter name is Queen, so I understand why they call her Queen. But I just let Black people who are into that kind of speak use it, and I let it go. Like, it's just something that I let fly. I understand exactly where you're coming from. And I cannot speak for the ass kicking, but it is something, because I can speak for Betty. She did not allow just anybody come up on the panel and talk to Tiffany and Derek Big D and is this Derek? Yeah, Derek Frazier and Ozza, because they said in the past, like in those Twitter spaces where anybody can come up and talk, people will come up and shit talk them and dog them and just say nasty things. So she only wanted people on the panel, and I'm so grateful she allowed me to be one of the people to even ask a question, because I just met Betty maybe 3-4 months ago. So our friendship isn't even that long. So I'm very grateful she gave me that opportunity to speak with them. But I think that's why, because the people who she allowed speak were truly fans of the cookout and really did like those people. So that's probably why everyone was giving them their flowers and that kind of stuff as well. And it's something like, even if I like, imagine next season getting in a Twitter space with Taylor. Like you would, I probably still wouldn't call her a queen, but I would be a little nervous, like, oh, Taylor, I'm so happy. Like, I know they're not huge celebrities, but when you're a huge Big Brother fan, those people are huge celebrities to us, and we really do like them. So I think that's why, but I understand exactly what you mean. You jumped out after everyone was kissing Derek's ass. See, you missed me, Zuda, because I didn't kiss his ass. I told him, like, look, because he thought I was getting ready to read him. And I'm like, I'm not getting ready to read you. I'm just not into that, oh, I'm so proud of you type stuff, because what you said didn't offend me. So I didn't want to piggyback and be like, because I am a huge Tiffany fan. So I agreed with all the flowers they gave Tiffany, but I didn't want to be a piggybacker like, oh, Derek, I'm so proud of you and you changed this. Because I'm like, number one, I really don't follow these people like that to know if their attitude changed or not. But I wasn't offended by Derek, so I didn't feel the need to kiss his ass because I wasn't one of the ones offended in the first place. But let me move on from that. But thank you for jumping in the space, Suda. And everybody, please jump in the Twitter spaces. It's so much fun. I'm new to it. I've heard it's been around for a while. I'm really new to Twitter spaces because of this season of Big Brother, and it's a lot of fun. Jasmine and Terrence, and if one comes down, Indy is up. But I thought she put up Terrence and Indy. I could have it wrong. I've only been on the Twitter curve. I have not been on the live feeds. Agreed, they need to go, maybe even Indy. Really, if this week, if Taylor can get out Terrence, Jasmine, Indy, or Alyssa, she had a good HOH week because she got one of her haters out. And that's one less person to fuck up whatever twist they get ready to throw us next week. But let me scoot down a little bit more so we could jump into the Challenge USA. I want to make sure I caught all the good comments. Brittany told Taylor how badly Jasmine talks about her, but she is set on not she's set on not putting up a black woman or around her birthday. A part of me wants to say I get it, Taylor, but I don't. And I could just be meaner than Taylor. Taylor is way too fucking nice. Way too nice, because let a bitch tell me somebody been talking all this shit about me behind my back. Oh, bitch, you got something to say? Say it on the block. Tell it to me while you sitting on the block. And I already said I don't give a damn about her birthday. This is for $750,000. It's always somebody's birthday. Happy birthday. But sit on the block. Taylor thinks the two people that hate her most are Terrence and Indy. They close. It's close. It's a close race. She thinks her and Jasmine have some sort of solidarity as black women. Alyssa is the only one who seems to want to work with Taylor. I talk about the split house. I don't care for this split house idea. Yeah, we don't care about. I'm telling you, I already see production all the way up through this. I already see it. Hey, Charles. Charles made it. Jasmine and I share a birthday. My wish is for her ass to hit the block. That's my birthday wish for you And Jasmine too, Cokie. Hey girl, I tell you, hey Charles, I was slow getting down in the comments. You said she might put up Turner. No. You got four easy options: Jasmine, Alyssa, Indy, Terrence. You can't go wrong with any of those. They wouldn't put all those weak people in one group. Monty, Joseph, and Michael can't be in the same group. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but Charles, Charles, you know me. I don't trust production at all. At all. It's a setup. It's a setup. Now, hopefully, it set Jasmine ass up. Now, if Jasmine go home on this double eviction, I won't be mad. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna wait to watch it and see how it plays out before I read it. I ain't gonna read it no more. Unless she wins, veto definitely sucks though. Now I didn't see this, but Terrence told Taylor to shut up and stop talking to me. That's an automatic ticket to the block. You right. I ain't got shit else to say to you. Get on the block. I'll be quiet as long as you're sitting on the block. Terrence is the worst. He could be the first juror. He could be the first one. Hey, Vontae. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. And then you have to pick up on your homework. I hope you feel better. And I hope you got your work together. It is back to school time. Terrence is one of the most misogynistic men who literally thinks they're better than women. I want to know how his wife feels. Terrence, his ugly self, of all people who drives a bus, thinks he's better than Miss Michigan. Joseph threw the comp to Taylor. Okay, that's why I got to see how this plays out. Kyle was trying too hard to win the HOH next to Taylor. I hope she takes note of that. Kyle's been trying for these HOHs a lot when he's next to a they ain't the damn cookout. What the hell is their name? The Leftovers. He's been trying a lot. Joseph got third, Kyle got second. Okay, that's why Taylor is peeping a little bit of game. That's why she stayed up there. Yeah, okay. I cannot wait to see this on Sunday night. Yeah, Jasmine isn't fat at all. Her attitude is just ugly. She's not ugly at all either. Jasmine's husband's birthday was this week, and she didn't shout him out during the voting. And she said she has a crush on Joseph. Did y'all see that picture? Because this was also in a previous Twitter space. Somebody put it in there. Where Jasmine spread her legs open to show Joseph some kind of birthmark on the inner part of her thigh close to her vagina. I want to know what her husband thinks about that. Nobody needs to see a birthmark close to your vagina but your husband. We don't even need to know that you have one in that area. Jasmine gonna fuck around and be single coming out the big brother house. No, I agree. Calling me a queen, I'm going to take that as microaggressive. I'm not gonna take it that way either. You could call me a queen. It's just not in my vocabulary. That's not how I roll. It's not in my personality. But I respect whoever wants to say it. And I respect you for not wanting to be called it. But it is a little bit aggravating when you do it all the time. You don't know these people. You don't know these people. I don't mean fat just to clean that up. I mean, like how she keeps saying, Julie, you look right. She looked like food. Look, you can say fat over here, Zuda. I'm not offended. I'm not one of those who's offended easily. I'm not. Jasmine is just a spoiled brat and a bully. She even said she accepted her husband's proposal out of pity. Well, girl, it looked like you about to be single. You about to be pitiful in the house by yourself. Taylor is no Tiffany or Davon. I already know what Charles made this comment for. Oh, I would love to be in a Twitter space with Davon. Taylor isn't, but give her time. Give her time. The season is isn't over. Hey, Vita. Facts, Charles. Yeah, I would still love to talk to Taylor. If I got in a space with her, I would be equally excited. Agreed. I'm definitely excited talking with people you enjoy watching, but just don't act like they did nothing wrong whatsoever. I think people were upset with Big D at calling Tiffany a bitch last season. And a lot of people were like, you should never call a female a bitch. I'm not that type of female. I'm not, because it's all let me get off of that soapbox. I'm just gonna say it didn't offend me. I didn't think it was right. He apologized from it. He learned from it. But I ain't gonna put Big D on a soapbox. I'm like, oh, you changed. I'm so proud of you, just because he apologized for calling a woman a bitch. Let me move on from that Twitter space. Let me jump on down. I need Taylor to start being more realistic about her position in the house and strategies. I need Taylor to be a little bit of a bitch. How about that? I need her to stop acting like this is a pageant. Miss Congeniality. There's no Miss Congenial award at the end of this. When these people get up in your face, I need you to, all that shit talking you doing in the goodbye messages, start saying that shit to some people in their face. That's what I need Taylor to do, because I see it's in you. Because if it wasn't in you, it wouldn't be in the goodbye messages. That's what I need Taylor to do. That's what I need her to do. There ain't no way she don't want to put up Jasmine. I would put up Jasmine. Y'all, I'm sorry if I skip down some of y'all comments. I want to get to the challenge. Like, ever since she's amazing, but she hasn't done a damn thing. She doesn't even stand up for herself. That's what I need. Hey, Danielle. That's what I need Taylor to do. I need her to stand up for herself. Hey, Stormy. I'm missing everybody because I'm so slow with the comments. I got to scroll through them. Forgive me if I skip some of your comments. Hey, Angie, I want a triple eviction like they do on BB Can. This way, Terrence, Jasmine, and Indy can all go. I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I like Taylor, but her gameplay isn't the greatest. I hate she was bullied, but she should win the game. She shouldn't win the game because of that. I agree. Taylor, by her winning this HOH, is a resume boost. She also needs to make, what Taylor needs to do to win this game, she needs to sure something up with Joseph. Like, really make sure Joseph is willing to leave that dog pound alliance they're in and get a final two with Joseph. And she needs to get out Michael. Whoever gets out Michael is going to have a huge resume credit, because he's the favorite to win. Right now, Michael's the favorite to win. Maybe Joseph isn't separate, because I don't know why CBS is giving Kyle all of the leftover credit. I'm giving it to Joseph. And I believe the people who are a part of the leftovers are going to give it to Joseph. So Taylor needs to make a big swing at one of them. Not this HOH, but her next HOH. After this twist is over, she needs to cut Joseph, bring in Brittany, and then, okay, girl, you made some moves in this game. I agree. Being bullied isn't a reason to win the game. It can get you that AFP. You can go ahead and have that, but you need to make some more moves. Yes. Terrence is the target, pretty much. He can go. So Terrence is the target. Okay. I saw that. His alliance was called the Sorry Six. That was one of my tweets. Yes. Taylor is lucky production stepped in and mentioned microaggressions. Michael and the leftovers getting this fake savior edit blows me. That's all facts, Charles, because me and you talked. You all already know. If it was not for production, there would be no leftovers, because nobody stood up for Taylor when they needed to stand up for Taylor in the moment in time. They didn't see the errors of their ways into production. And these people in the house, the Josephs, that's why I'm like, I would never want to be with a man who can stand in a room and let another man yell in my face, but then I'm supposed to be crushing on you later. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. So I don't trust any of them. But let's move on. Jasmine, y'all saw the picture. Y'all saw the pictures. I can't believe she had her legs spread open in that man's face like that, but I'm not going to go back down there because Jasmine irritates me. Every podcast is giving the leftovers credit for stepping in and sticking up for Taylor. That's bullshit. I agree. They stepped in after production told them to step in. And how many times did production have to give them this microaggression speech before they said, this is about the sixth time. Oh, maybe we should do something. Like, please, please. I agree with you 100%, Charles. Like, that's very much manufactured. They very much use Taylor to further their games because of what happened to Pooch. So they said, let's pick up Taylor as a number. But I don't trust any of them to carry her far. Not a Monty, definitely not a Kyle, not Michael, not Brittany, maybe Turner. Maybe. And that's a small maybe. But let's move on. Because I do got to get to the challenge. Because I talk too much, y'all. Y'all know I talk too much. Joseph is throwing comps. I agree with that. Joseph is playing very messy, though. He's doing too much, and if he doesn't chill out, others are going to catch on to it. Joseph's playing both sides of the house, and once people catch on to him playing both sides, yes, he's going to be on the block. So we'll see. Like, the game is getting ready to speed up. This thing is over in 4 weeks? Mid-September. So the game is getting ready to speed up. Let's get into the Challenge USA. This ain't going to take long because I only got about 2 good points and I want to know your opinion. So, the aftermath of Sarah and Leo coming back in the house after Tyson, I don't forgot who won last week. Was it Cache? Threw them into elimination, was a block. Like, I was expecting some hot shit talking. I was expecting this the week for Sarah to read Angela down, but I guess we still got some more game to go before we get that. It didn't give me the excitement that I thought it was going to give. It was kind of like a little bit of foreshadowing. I thought Tyson was going to hit that elimination, but Desi, I'm disappointed. The daily challenge. Oh, I'm also disappointed in the algorithm. Like, we didn't get any Leo and Cache partnership. We didn't get any Tyson and Sarah Lucina partnership. And I believe we've already had a repeat because I think Angela's already been partners with Dominic. So I'm like, how we already got a repeat? I don't know, but forget the algorithm. Let's get on to the episode. Pretty much they doing some more swimming, climbing up a rope. For the life of me, and I didn't care that much to rewind, I don't understand what they was doing with them graphics on top of and inside the truck trailer thing. I know it was some math problems involved, but I did not understand what they were supposed to be doing with the graphics, why everybody had a different color puzzle piece to pull out. Anyway, at the end of the day, mostly it was only one team that got their math problem wrong, and I forgot who it was because it don't matter. Tyson and Kyra are partners. Kyra was sick, so she did one of them nasty falls when she swung from the rope. She kind of did the little raggedy doll flip into the water. And, TJ got his life because he loved when people hit that water crazy ways. And Kyra was like, I ain't going to make it back up that rope. So we DQ'd. So I'm like, ooh, Tyson getting ready to go in elimination. It's about to be good. Tyson, that's your ass. That's what you get. But oh no, Enzo had to ruin it. Enzo's scary ass don't even want to swing. And I'm like, Enzo, you done sashay down the building. I know it ain't called sashay, but I don't know what it's called when you walk backwards down the building. You done jumped in all kind of water. You done did trivia and bungee jumped off the building. How you scared of this rope swing to a platform? You done did everything else, but you scared to swing on the Tarzan on the rope. Enzo was scared. Justine is pissed. But because since Tyson at least did the swing, now they in the bottom because you ain't even attempt to swing. So Enzo done fucked up the thing. David and Desi win. It's very lackluster. I agree. Who said the comment? It was very lackluster because I don't like competitions that don't have a rolling clock. How do we know David and Desi won? David don't seem that smart in math to me. But anyway, they won. I'm happy for David. He got his money to run TJ's final. But more, I'm happy for Desi because I want to see Desi run TJ's final. So I'm happy for them. So it's time to talk about who you want to put into elimination. Davion, you surprised David won? I mean, David looked a little bit in shape. And to me, anybody could win when the clock ain't rolling. Anybody could win. But they talking to Enzo and Justine. David is like, Enzo is my boy. I guess that is your boy because y'all both didn't have no camera time till tonight. So that's your boy. Who you want to put in? I want to help you. They throw in, what's they fucking names? DX and Shannon. Okay. They contemplating, should we throw in Tyson because of what Tyson did to Sarah? And Desi says she doesn't want to be the first winner to take a shot at another winner. So I guess you want to give Tyson the opportunity to take a shot at you. Because I'm telling you, the rule of this show should be if Tyson doesn't win, he goes in. If Tyson doesn't win, he goes in. I don't give a damn who in the proving ground with him. And he had Kyra as a partner who is already sick. Y'all probably could have beat him. You wasn't surprised they didn't take a shot. I'm very surprised. One, I'm not surprised. David isn't that smart or strategic when it comes to these game shows. I can understand Desi. Desi is one of those survivor strongs. But if I was David, I would have took the shot. Everybody should be taking shots at Tyson. He's proven to you he can't win every week. And he has bigger fish to fry than David and Desi. He still got to worry about Sarah Lucina's ass and Ben. I would have took the shot. Tyson, it's your ass. It's your ass. I loved Angela calling out production for the fake algorithm. The algorithm is fake. Forget Angela. This Angela said it first. I said the shit episode 1, day 1. I don't like the other Angela. If you can't take things personal, don't play. If you can't take things personal, don't play. What's he talking about, Sarah? Tyson full of shit because trust me, if somebody would have did that to him, he would be taking it personal. Like, miss me with that, Tyson. You taking it personal from Winners at War. That's why you mad at Sarah and Ben now because they voted your ass out twice on Winners at War. So how you talking about don't take it personal? Or you saying do take it personal? Shit, I don't know. Forget what Tyson talking about. If Tyson don't win, he needs to go in. That needs to be the rule. Let Tyson say whatever he want to say. If he don't win, he should be in. But then David wins and goes, I risk $500K to get revenge on them and it puts me in. No, you risk $500K in the hopes that the person who is clearly the front runner of winning this thing goes home. So you can have an opportunity to maybe win. Now, David, you got a whole bunch of people to put in and go home for you to get this opportunity. But still, Tyson is clearly the favorite of winning this thing on the men's side. I'm risking $500,000. You're risking $500,000 by not putting him in. It's called scaling a building. Okay, so they scaled the building, but he can't swing on a rope. Not even gonna lie, I'm not shocked David didn't pull the move. He doesn't know how to play any game. I agree. Then get mad when people don't respect him. Like, if you win and you haven't won shit before, pull a move. This is your opportunity, David, to make a name for yourself. I would have had so much respect if they would have put Tyson in. So much respect. Even if Tyson didn't go home, at least you did it. And I promise you, Tyson is not about to waste his next vote on getting out David and Desi. Because let's be real, I don't see David winning another David. So I can see Sarah winning one and Sarah throwing Tyson's ass back in. Tyson is gunning for Sarah until Sarah goes home. Sarah and Ben. If Tyson and Kyra would have got last and Desi and David put in Ben and Sarah, that would have brought ratings. No, she would have been getting rid of too many Survivor people. But who would you put in against Tyson and Kyra to make sure that Tyson and Kyra go home if Tyson and Kyra got last? I guess Sarah and Ben. Who was Danny's partner? Was it Danny and Cachet this week? I ain't take notes. I ain't care that much to take notes. But Danny could have probably did that tire run. But how about spelling backwards? Like, we just can't run with the tires. That shit ain't tiring enough. We got to spell words backwards. And why did Justine get cynical? I spelled the shit the same way Justine spelled it. But at least Justine knew how to put it in a sentence. Because I don't use that word, so I wouldn't. She had the hardest word, and that wasn't right. That wasn't right. Everybody should have got a 5th grade word. For production, you wrong for that. But it wasn't about just running with the Tigers. You had to build your stack correctly. And of course, Enzo and Justine had the best strategy for building up the stack of tires. DX and Shannon's tires kept falling over and they lost. It ain't too much more to say than that. They lost. Shannon's injury was a major factor. No. Oh, you mean why they got put in? Because ain't nobody want to be Shannon's partner. Kyra's sick too. I don't know. Say what you want to say. If Tyson don't win, he go in. And that's what Angie say. David and Desi made it a really scary move, taking out DX and Shannon when they'd be easy to beat in the final. They should have sent Tyson and Kyra in. I agree. Let's get to DX. David said he's trying to stay low and out the way of the war of Tyson and Sarah. You should have got out Tyson, and Sarah probably would have stayed off your radar. She probably would have had your back. Oh, thank you, Les. Happy belated birthday. I've been missing your lives. Happy to be back. Thank you for being back. My birthday was last Friday. Shout out to all the Leos. DX. In his little exit confessional, he talking about, I came and did what I needed to do, and I'm proud of myself. And I'm like, what did you need to do? You got your little revenge, but you went home with no money. I thought the purpose was to come and win the money, not to come and get your little bit of revenge. And when does Alyssa go home? I can't believe David is throwing in Big Brother. Bitch, you threw in Big Brother. You ain't had no problem throwing in Big Brother. So, bitch, shut up. When does Alyssa go home? She's sticking around way too long. David staying low and out of the way will make him lose before a final. There's no shot of winning with Tyson and Danny in the game. I agree. Tyson, Danny, Ben, even Dominic. And I understand Desi is your partner, but y'all got to get Survivor out the house. I'm sorry. It's going to be Survivor and Survivor winning this thing. I believe it. He kind of contradicted himself. In one episode, he went, if you take it personal, don't play. But then later he goes, if anyone comes back for me, fuck the win, I'm gunning for you. Suda, the name of the game. Forget what Tyson is talking about. If he doesn't win, he goes in. And it's very simple. It's very simple. Where are you going? Okay. David should have learned from Big Brother what not winning the game. What not winning the game would get you. He ain't learned. David just wants to be on TV. Talking about spell cynical. Okay, spell goggles. That's how I was, Zuda. Like, why they get the fifth grade words, but they didn't gave Justine a seventh, eighth grade word. Mind you, I don't use cynical. I don't even know what it means. I ain't ashamed. I don't say the word cynical in my everyday vocabulary. I would have spelled it. I probably would have fucked it all the way up. Number one, spelling backwards is already hard because you got to sit there and think about how you spell the word and then flip it in your mind. And y'all know how I do. I read too fast and I don't really read the whole thing. I try to kind of guess what you're trying to say, and that's my bad. I do it at work. I do it all the time. I need to stop and read the whole thing. But that would fuck me up. Spelling backwards would fuck me up. Desi and Ben were on the same Survivor season. They probably aligned. Maybe my memories. Remembering people who on what season is bad. Production was trying to help Shannon with that. They probably were because they gave Justine the hardest word. They probably were trying to help Shannon. Y'all had a 5-tire advantage and you just stacked them up wrong. You couldn't even stack them up right. DX and Alyssa should be embarrassed. They should. Mm-hmm. DX so lame and looks racist for that we got our goal. What the fuck? Right. What was your goal? Because to me, the goal is to win money. I'm never coming on anything to just see other people go home before me. No, I want money. But yeah, y'all look stupid. Y'all ruined good friendships, true friendships. Tiffany spoke on it in the spaces. Like, they all were really friends. And you come over here and you fuck it all up. Can Danny get a storyline? I'm so tired of hearing about Kiki. Not me, Liz. I love Kiki. I love Kiki. I tweeted that the other day because I follow Kiki. When I saw her on Twitter, I was like, girl, I look forward to what you tell Danny every week. I forgot what she said. It's very clear that production is purposely leaving this in the edit, but it's also, to me, entertaining because it's something to look forward to. What did Kiki tell Danny not to fuck up this week? I love it. And Kiki gets more airtime than her husband. If it wasn't for Danny saying Kiki told me, Danny wouldn't be on the show. So DX didn't even win any challenges. He didn't. He fucked it all up. Him and Kayla, yeah, her name. Him and Kayla should have won the other week. I don't know how y'all let Tyson and Cache come up and beat y'all in the puzzle, and they was down there in last place. Alyssa made fun of David for throwing in BB, who wouldn't go against him in an injured girl yet. She got a Xavier and Tiffany was injured. You can't pay no attention to what Alyssa talking about. She talks in hateration. And people who are haters always have a double standard for their hateration. So we can't pay no attention to what Alyssa talking about. Honestly, coming out of this season, I'm going to remember Kiki. I'm going to remember Kiki more than Enzo, David, Kyra, Ben. Let me add some more to the list. No, we're going to remember Cache crying over Cinco. But I want to add more to the list, but I can't remember them. Go ahead and put David on there. Oh, David is on there. Desi. Yes. We're going to remember Kiki. We damn near going to remember Kiki more than remember Danny. I heard DX and Claire are on the next season of Amazing Race. I heard that on the Twitter curb too. I heard that on the Twitter curb too. Look, I don't I don't hold my reality show grudges very long. It's very few reality people that I just hate and refuse to watch. One of them is that Shawnee O'Neal, and the other one is Evelyn Lozada, and Marlo getting ready to be on the list too. But if DX and Claire are on the Amazing Race, I'm still gonna watch it, and I ain't necessarily gonna root for them, but I would like to see what they do on the Amazing Race. Claire ain't did nothing to me. And another thing in the Twitter space, go back and listen to it. That was a question I asked Tiffany, because I always see productions fingers and everything. And I asked her, in her opinion, did she think that since Big Brother 23 was just 6 months before the Challenge USA, that's the time frame of the filming, in her opinion, did she feel like this revenge plot line was real, or was it maybe an inkling of I got played, and the little inkling of hateration was pushed to them, like to DX and Alyssa, as a storyline plot line of the season? Like, did production do you think they whispered that in their ears, or do you really think they are revengeful? And Tiffany said in the spaces she can't speak for production, but it seemed like a push, because these people were friends, and you can't tell me you're friendly with someone and vengeful with them at the same time. So it seems like a push, because Tiffany also said these people are entertainers. They want to be on TV, and sometimes you have to push that storyline of productions to be asked back, so the show, we can have something to watch, so we can have something to talk about. I understood what Tiffany said in her answer, and forgive me if I add a little bit of theatrics to her answer, but I understood what she meant. So I do kind of feel like maybe DX and Alyssa felt played, but production was kind of like, oh, y'all feel played, so maybe you should get revenge, because the word revenge is what turned everyone off from them this season, because revenge just sounds so hateful. It sounds like somebody actually did something to you. But I feel like y'all let production play you out of the game, because clearly BB23 should have been working together. They shouldn't have turned against each other so fast. And maybe you all could have lasted longer in this house of the Challenge USA. So I said that all that. I don't even remember my point. Got to go. Oh, okay. Dr. Ivy, Love Island is on. It's about to be some drama on Love Island. So yes, we got to go. I got to order the niece and the nephew their pizza so we can watch. I done got the niece and nephew watching Love Island with me. I hope my sister don't get me. I know it ain't PG for their asses, but they like it. It's bad auntie. But I got to order the pizza so we could get into Love Island, because it's going to be entertaining. Let me go through these last few comments and then I'm about to go. I don't care to see them. You're not a DX fan anymore. Sometimes you turn people off, they all the way off. No, I think Alyssa convinced DX of it. I can see it as well, because DX didn't say it as much as Alyssa. Alyssa thought Xavier was supposed to choose her over everyone else and took it personally. That was another part of my question too. So I see you, M, and I agree with you, because I was like, why is the revenge only at Tiffany and Xavier? Like, why does Azza and Kylan get grace if you're mad at the cookout and you need revenge to the cookout? Like, it was 6 of them. So I agree with you, M. It makes sense when you think of it like that. I think Alyssa brought it to production and encouraged her to keep it going for good TV. I agree. I totally agree. Off topic, I've been watching a Real World season and it was a lot. Wait, off topic, I've been watching a Real World season and it was a lot. Which Real World season? There's like 50 of them. Which one, Zuda? Yes, Alyssa on the Challenge podcast was trying to put it. It was more of a game move to get X and Tiff, and she still. I heard that podcast, and I didn't listen to Davon and Devin this week because again, my niece and nephew is here, and I've been working from home and whatever. Y'all don't care about that. I ain't listening, but I will listen when I go back to work next week. But I did listen to Alyssa the other week, and after about 20 to 30 minutes, I turned it off because it sounded all like bullshit to me. And I wish Davon and Devin would have not necessarily roasted her, but dug deeper into the answers that she was giving because it sounded like bullshit. But you can't, I'm trying to learn to be a good interviewer. You can't read people and make people feel like shit in your interviews or they'll just hang up and podcast over. So I understand they were kind of lighthearted, but I wish they would have dug a little bit deeper. If BB stayed together, they could have steamrolled everyone, but clearly they're not good at running the numbers. I'm not necessarily going to stay steamrolled, but they let go of Xavier and Kylan. Kylan hasn't been on the show. If Kylan isn't winning the daily, he's not on the show. But they let go of their strong people who could have helped them win. And I just feel like Tiffany was already a strategic threat. Other people outside of BB23 would have came for Tiffany. You all didn't have to be the ones to do it. Xavier just won $750,000. He's a threat. You all didn't have to be the ones to do it. But moving on. Did you hear about what? I need a sip of water. Did I hear about the Murad morality who views Love Island? Now let me hit my button M because I heard a little bit of T, but I gotta say allegedly because I don't know if it's true and I don't want to be the one saying nothing. But are you talking about Kyle and his allegations of being a sexual predator? Because I did hear that. And I reported it on my last live about Love Island. But I also said allegedly because I don't know. But if it is true, production, that's a mess. That's a mess. Yes, I have them watching Love Island. I think my nephew just like looking at the girls in the bikinis. And I think my niece like the mess because I like the mess. And I know I shouldn't have their asses watching it. Oh, well, it's too late now. They didn't watching the shit all week. So they might as well see the conclusion of Casa Amor. Real World Hollywood. I didn't even know they had a Real World Hollywood. Is that new? Who's on it? Season 20. Zuda, my memory too bad to season 20. Tell me, text it to me. I'm gonna look it up on the Paramount Plus later because I don't even know who's on that season. Murad, who has a contact to interview Love Islanders and speaks about racism and microaggressions, was revealed to, I'm assuming to be engaged in race play where he uses the N-word and other slurs. He's been silent since. Okay, so I ain't have to put up my allegedly about Kyle. I don't know who Murad is, and I'm new to Love Island. I just, like, this is my first season watching it all the way through. Like, I think I jumped into Love Island mid last season and just really liked the drama of it. And so I don't understand it. I don't follow the people who interview the Islanders, so I don't know who that is. But then people using the N-word don't surprise me. I'm more upset that production puts these Black people in a house and then keeps filtering people they're supposed to date where these people clearly aren't interested in dating Black people. Like I said that about Serenity. I don't feel like they put anybody in there that really wanted to be with Serenity, not even Chaz. Um, I said the same thing about Jeff. Like all these women, it's very clear that they don't really want a Jeff because he the most fine one in the house to me. But I said that last, so that doesn't surprise me. I ain't about to go look him up. It was an OnlyFans in which he sold racist content. It don't surprise me. Like people being racist does not surprise me. It's Friday night, right? So that ain't a surprise that it's Friday night. So people being racist is not a surprise. Nobody remember, honestly. Okay, so I ain't missing nothing, but it's good. I might check it out. Just a preview. Okay, y'all, let me wrap it up before the little ones come in here again and be like, Auntie, we hungry. I'm supposed to order a pizza 30 minutes ago, but I've been talking on this live. I appreciate you all so much. This was a good time. I love Stella. You know, we're here every week. And if you haven't done it already, you know, to like the video, you know, to subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Your girl is going to be doing Big Brother, the challenge, Survivor coming back in September. We got so much content to go over. We're going to have a good time over here on Friday nights. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I probably will take tomorrow night off because I'm going to be taking the little ones to Incredible Pizza so we can have a good time in the arcade, riding the rides, you know, all that good stuff. It's like a advanced Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't been since my son was little, so I'm excited to take my niece and nephew. So I probably won't do a live tomorrow. So Love Island update will be Sunday. And of course, Sunday at 6 p.m. Central is Kitchen Table Talk. I'm going to be on it with my best friend, and I'm really excited. She's going to co-host with me because Beans cannot make it Sunday. So it's going to be the best friend edition of Kitchen Table Talk. It's going to be good. So until Sunday, I will see you all later. Have a good night, y'all. Join me on Twitter. You know I'll be tweeting about Love Island about a good hour. So let's cut up on Twitter tonight. I'll see y'all later. Bye.